The woke media outlets such as CNN are in full panic mode over the success of Sound of Freedom, and now stars like Jim Caviezel, I think is how you pronounce his name, and also Mel Gibson are speaking out against these woke media outlets such as CNN that are trying to bury this movie. Not only are they giving the movie bad reviews, not only are they talking trash on the movie, but they're trying to absolutely bury this movie. There's reports of ACs, quote unquote, breaking. Pretty much they're shutting off the air conditioner in certain movie theaters. They're refunding tickets for no reason. They're just trying their absolute best to bury the Sound of Freedom, and it's just not working. And like I said, now we have Jim Caviezel and also Mel Gibson speaking out on it. And we also have a box office update that is absolutely massive that I'll go over after these couple of clips that I'll show you. From the star of Sound of Freedom, by the way, is Jim Caviezel, and also Mel Gibson, who helped work on the movie as well.
Deals wouldn't hire me, but see, they're all controlled by the central banks. People have to, do you really think Biden is the president of the United States? Do you really think he's running our country? Who above him? Who are the puppeteers? Here's how you'll know that everything I've said is the truth. When they come out and they just blast me, they have to. They have no choice, because the devil has no choice in this matter. God is coming for him. And I'm talking about the Christ Jesus God. That is the one that's coming after him. And there's a big storm coming, and they know it. So they have to go and threaten you with everything from Q and on, or whatever they want to say. Do you know what Q really means? It means question. That's what one of these people told me. And I said,
by the way, not to cut this guy off, but people corrected me, or at least made me, informed me on the fact in the last video that I did on Sound of Freedom that the movie was actually finished back in 2018, which was before QAnon even existed, I believe. So they started making the movie in 2017, definitely before QAnon existed, and then they finished it in 2018. And it's kind of crazy, by the way, that Disney owned it since 2018, and they decided to not put it out. I wonder why that would be. But anyway, back to Jim.
Well, that seems like a good thing. A non-question, right? Anons then go out and research it to see if it's true, because we've been fed their lies. Think about Monday. What happened? A Durham report was dropped. The FBI, the CIA, all of these guys are involved. Now, I know it's not all of them. The lower guys are probably just crying. But I'm asking you, warriors, to come out and tell the truth. If we would just unite. I love that scene from Mel Gibson. I love that movie when he runs out. Where are you going? I'm going to pick a fight. Well, I'm here to pick one right now, because I'll do it for my children. I'll do it for your children.
That's some powerful stuff from Jim Caviezel. And then we also, like I said, have a video from Mel Gibson, who worked on The Sound of Freedom. I think he was an official producer for the movie, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Let's check out what Mel Gibson has to say about this whole Sound of Freedom and then trafficking situation that they're trying to absolutely bury. The mainstream woke media like CNN and MSNBC are trying their absolute best to bury this story, but people like Mel Gibson and Jim Caviezel are not going to let it happen.
One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human trafficking, and particularly the trafficking of children. Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness.
It's insane to me that that clip alone would probably set off woke media like CNN and the others that have been trying to trash on Sound of Freedom. Just simply trying to bring awareness to a very, very real issue. And people like CNN, they had a clip that I played in my video earlier today, where someone was on CNN trying to claim that this movie was based on QAnon conspiracy theories and bogus statistics. And by the way, his name was Mike Rothschild, if that means anything to you. If you know, you know. Like I said in my video earlier, can't go into why that's significant, but I just thought that was kind of funny that his name was Mike Rothschild. But also, like I said, we have a update on the box office from the Post Millennial on Sound of Freedom. Sound of Freedom is a smashing success, projected to earn over $40 million in its opening week. And by the way, this movie only had a budget of $14.5 million. It's going to more than double, much more than double its budget in the first weekend, when nobody really even heard of this movie going in, dude. That's the power of word of mouth for these movies. It's also the power of having a real good message to spread in your movies, especially when you're going against the grain. You're spreading a message that most movies out there nowadays wouldn't dare to spread, because they know what's most likely going to happen to everyone involved with the creation of this movie. They're going to get buried just like they are right now, and they're probably going to get blacklisted from Hollywood going forward. You're only going to be able to make movies similar to Sound of Freedom after you make a movie like like Sound of Freedom, because they're definitely not going to put you in like a Marvel movie or anything like that. They're not going to let you work for Disney, who tried to bury this movie itself. So shout out to everybody who worked on Sound of Freedom, man. It's great. Like Jim Caviezel, you can tell that he really truly cares about the message that the movie Sound of Freedom is trying to spread. He really does care about it, and that's how you get a good product. That's how you double your budget in the very first weekend, like Sound of Freedom did. That, you know, when you really have a group of people that truly care about the message, and you also on top of that have a great message to spread. Let me know what you're thinking about the absolute success that is Sound of Freedom. Why do you think it's so successful, and why do you think all of these woke media outlets are really trying to bury Sound of Freedom? What do you think the truth is behind this whole situation? Let me know what you're thinking in the comments.